Hi everybody, welcome to Prepper Junkie. Today we're going to go on part 2 of my favorite setups for my rifles, or my go-to rifles in the event of anything happens. You know, these are the main rifles or guns that I'm going to grab. And so this is my AR-15. It's a 16-inch barrel. I've just done a part 1 for you guys on my AR pistol. So let's go over this one. I'll show you how I've got it configured. And yeah, let's start at the back. So this is a SOP mod. B5 SOP mod stock. I love this. This is one of my favorite stocks for sure, if not my favorite, the best one I've come across personally for me. You know, I get a great cheek weld on these parts back here. They have these tubes inside you can unscrew, and you can store batteries or parts or whatever you may need. It does have a generous padding at the back. Not that the air kicks much by any means, but it's still nice to have that comfy pad at the back. It does come with QD mount, and yeah. Moving along, we have the Magpul MOE Plus, so it has the rubber overmold, which is really nice. Just like my AR pistol, which is the K2 version, the rubber mold gives me a really good purchase, and I really like that. They're definitely my favorite grips out there, and I've used Ergo grips, I've used Hogue, other variations of Magpul, but these are my favorite with the rubber overmold on them. It does come with a storage compartment at the bottom for batteries or whatever you may need. Moving along here, now this isn't Air Precision, this is the M4E1 lower. By far the best lowers I've personally ever used or built. They're phenomenal for the price. I actually bought this as a blam, and it was like 60 bucks. Best money I've spent. It just phenomenal. I mean, when I got it, I couldn't find the blam. I mean, I had to look really hard, and I think it was a little bit of dimpling somewhere. But for the money, can't beat it. Really recommend these. My trigger, being that I have a scope up here, I decided not to use my Hyperfire Eclipse triggers, which I have on my kind of more close quarter combat rifles. I did put in more of a precision trigger in here, so this is the Geisley SSAE trigger, and it's beautiful. It's a 2-stage. The take up, you got a little bit of take up, hit the wall, and then you've got the brake, and it's just a phenomenal trigger. Love Geisley triggers. Just so you know, the gun is unloaded, the magazine is empty. It's just for just, you know, to look pretty. All right, now I put on these mag release extensions. I can't remember the brand of them. I don't have the biggest hands, so sometimes I have to kind of manipulate my grip to be able to reach, and so with this I don't have to do that as much. So it's just a nice little perk for me. So yeah, anyway. Moving along here, we have a Midwest Industries rail on here, and you can see it goes all the way up. So it's a 15-inch rail. It does have the Magpul hand stop, and I do have all these on my rifles and pistols. Again, these are a lot of my guns are standard. I like to run them as similar as I can for muscle memory and things like that. And so yeah, so that's the hand stop. Move along, we have the Streamlight HLX 1000 lumens. Again, it comes with the pressure pad, which is up here, and I've encased it in a Cloud Defense mount, which is keeps all the wires tucked in nicely under here, so nothing's going to get snagged on. The mount that I use on this is another, if I can turn this here, it's an Arasaka inline mount. It's just a nicer mount that comes with the Streamlight, and it actually brings the light closer to the rail, and yeah, so it brings it a little closer. It doesn't stick out as far. Moving forward, I have another dead air, and again, all my main rifles and pistols have a dead air flash hider on them, because as I mentioned in my video, I have a suppressor which is in the NFA gel. And I'm waiting for that, and so I want to be able to use a suppressor on any of my rifles or pistols that I want just by switching it over. So they all have the standard flash hider also on there. I did have a war comp on this one also, the Surefire war comp, and these flash hiders from Dead Air have been phenomenal, absolutely brilliant. I've used this a few times shooting now, and they've been absolutely great. I did notice with my war comps, with 3-prong, I did have a little bit of a ring afterwards, and I definitely have not noticed that with these, so I'm very happy with them. Backup sights, I run the Magpul front and back Gen 2 flip-up sights, and I have them standard across all my guns. Moving back to the optic, I have a Geisley mount here, super precision mount. I bought this blem. Normally I think they're 320, 300, I can't remember exactly how much they are. They're really expensive. They're a phenomenal piece of kit and they're worth every penny, but they were just a little pricey for me, and so I bought this blem and it cost me, I think it was like 160, 180 off Geisley when they had one of their blem sales. And again, when I got it, I couldn't find. It took me forever to find it, and the blem on it, and there was like a tiny little like mark. It wasn't even a scratch. It was like a mark, that was the only thing I found wrong with it. And I'm fine paying half price for having a little mark on it. So, yeah, guys, a super precision mount. And then this is a Vortex Razor 1-in-6. This is the non-E version, so it's the slightly heavier version. But I got this one as they were getting discontinued to go to the E version, which is just a couple of ounces lighter. And I paid, I want to say $899. So for me, that was a phenomenal buy because the E versions are selling for $1,300, and I'm fine saving $400 and having a couple of ounces extra. And then if this ever breaks, which honestly is built like a freaking tank, I don't expect it to ever break, but if it did, if I ever had to return it through Vortex VIP warranty, they would just replace it with an actual E version, since the non-E version is discontinued. So that was a good buy as far as I was concerned. And the actual optic is ridiculously nice. The eye box is like, you've got eye relief of like 4 inches. And then I need to do a review on this, but when you look through here at 1x, it's like, when you look through it, it's like this all disappears. It's like, it's massive. It's an incredible optic. I don't know how they managed to do it, but it's just an incredible optic. The glass is amazing. By far the best scope I've ever used, period. Excellent glass quality. It's super rugged. The dot is nuclear bright during the day, as people say, or aim-point bright, as people like to kind of refer to. Definitely more than bright than what you need. So yeah, very, very happy with that LPVO. At the back here, I use a Raptor Radiant Arm, Raptor Radiant Arms. Charging handle is ambidextrous, and they're great charging handles. I'm going to switch that out to their SD version for the suppressed. But for right now, it's fine. I just use that. So as I say, one of the really nice things with the M4E1 aero lowers is, if you've ever put these together, you usually have a pin that goes in here, but on these versions you have this pin, but it's a screw, so you just slip it in and you just tighten up with an Allen key, so you don't actually have to put a pin in, so it makes the build a breeze. And again, I have the Geisley Maritime bolt catch here, which has been extended here and here. They're a great addition, and I have them again on all of my rifles and pistols. Okay, did we miss anything? The sling is a Magpul sling. Oh, internally I have a BCM bolt carrier grip, and they're standard across, again, all my guns. And the buffer spring is a damaged industry spring. They're about $12, but they last about 750,000 cycles. So it's such an easy, cheap upgrade, and it takes the twang away from this steel sounding one. So for the price, it's like one of the first things I do when I ever buy a new gun is just change that spring out. The buffer is a Spikes Tactical T2 buffer. Has the tungsten powder, so it's not like solid weights, it's just powder, so it makes it just makes it smoother and quieter. So it's a nice upgrade. It's not very expensive. Alright, I think we covered everything here. Oh, the barrel is, I did forget the barrel. The barrel is a BCM Cold Hammer Forged barrel. And it's super accurate. Again, I'm getting sub 1 MOA. Even just with 55 grain ammo. I usually just use Wolf Gold 55 grain for plinking, and I'm getting super accurate results out of it. So the whole setup's phenomenal. So this is my go-to AR-15 16-inch rifle. This is like go-to for that out of my other ones. So yeah. And if you have any questions, any comments, please ask them below. I'm always happy to help if I can. And this is part 2 of my favorite go-to guns. All right, thanks everybody. Catch you later.